Okay, today's video is going to consist of different Google apps that we're using in class. Anytime we use Google apps, obviously they just have to open a Google web browser, and then mine's already signed in, but there will usually be a blue sign in button over here, and that is where they can sign in with their same Google sign in information that they also use in class. Once they are here, they should see it looks something like this. Not my picture, obviously, but theirs. The main thing we're going to look at are our Google Apps, which if they click on the boxes is going to pull up their Google Apps. The main ones we use in class are Drive, Docs, and Slides. If they've added others, it'll show others, but these are the main three that we will be using for our purposes. So for Google Docs, all they have to click on is Docs. Anytime they want to create a new Google document, they click on the plus blank one, and they can start creating anything blank from there. So if we're creating a final draft of a copy in class and we're publishing it, typing it, because AZ Merit will also be required to be typed, and I'm trying to get them to practice their typing skills. This is usually what I'll have them open up. So it'll open up like this. They can put their title over here. Hard Candy was one that we did already. They'll start by writing their name and their classroom number. Underneath that would be that date. And then using their typing skills, we're going over how to indent for paragraphs. So if they're using a desktop at home, that's always just the tab key, so it indents the paragraph for them, and they can start writing. So from this point, it's really just focusing on the keyboarding skills and how to press the enter button to go to the next line. Again, the tab key to do another indent. And then usually what I'll have them do is select all, which you can do with the Control A, or you can just select everything with the mouse. And then I'm practicing having them do font change to Times New Roman and size change to 12, since this is mainly what they'll be using in middle school, high school, and college. So I'm having them practice right now. That way it's nice in their settings. So that's how we set up a Google document. If they ever are needing to make it separate or have different settings, obviously all of these formatting options are there for them. If they never need to have bullets in there or make it justified instead of left-centered, anything like that, they can do right in here. For other Google options, the other one I said we will most likely be using is Google Slides. So if they click on Slides, it'll take them to Google Slides. And again, just like with Google Docs, if they want a blank one, they can open it up here. Or if they already have something, they can open it up underneath as well. So if they have a blank one that they haven't edited yet, or they haven't really started, it'll pop open like this. They again can always put the title in the corner, and then again the title in the center, and their name underneath with their number and the date. So usually what they'll use this for is the Trivial Pursuit project that we do with our ELA unit of study. So for instance, we had our Helen Keller book for our first unit of study in ELA. So some of them did a Helen Keller Trivia Pursuit. So they could have titled the first slide Helen Keller. And then the next slide, they could have added question 1 and asked a question about Helen Keller. And then to add a new one, all they have to do is this little plus button up here. It says new slide, or there's the drop down arrow so they can change a new format if they prefer, or just a title, text, whatever they choose, or even change the background of that specific one by doing a different color or adding a theme. And again, we've gone over these in class, so they have room to play around with it if they want. Changing again the layout if they show something they didn't accidentally want to click. For adding anything, if they're using this for another project and they want to add, say, a picture, all they have to do is go to Insert, Image, And from here, if they have anything just saved on their computer at home, all they have to do is choose an image to upload, and it will pull up your own computer's desktop file. So that's one way they can upload an image. If there's not something saved to the computer, but it's saved to their Google Drive, they just have to hit Google Drive, and it'll take them to their drive. Their albums by URL if they have a copied URL, or if they don't have any of that, there's always just a Google search button. So say they're doing an animal report on pandas, they can just search panda and include a picture straight from the internet. And then it pops up right here and they can resize, just like that. But say, for instance, this didn't come with a text box. Say there wasn't one and they only had a title box. They can always go back to Insert. There's a text box option. And from there, they can just draw a text box straight in there and start typing. The Insert dropdown also has a lot of other options. They can include a chart, so a graph of some kind if they're needing to graph data, or straight from Excel sheets. They can add a YouTube video, so again, searching, or if they have the direct link, they can always put it there, or if it's in Google Drive. But a lot of times, again, it'll just be straight in, whoops, I spelled it wrong, straight in the search box. So if there's something that they already know the title of, they can select that or watch it. And again, it'll pop up right in the text box or next to it, so they can have that ready to go inside of their Google Slides. And again, they can move around anything as they choose to. Now, our Insert button also has word art, lines, shapes, tables. They can change animation, add a new slide from here if they forgot the plus button. So there's a lot of things they can do with this Insert drop-down menu. With Slide, if they wanted to duplicate the same slide, if they didn't know how to do the Control-C key for copy and paste, or if they want to change the background, apply a particular layout, instead of doing it from the quick keys, they could always go to Slide 2. For our Tools buttons, if they need to check spelling, if they want to define something, if they want to have voiceover into their notes, they can do that too. So there's a lot of various options, but again, the main ones are going to be typing, so in a text box, and then possibly adding a picture or a video, which again can all be found on this Insert drop-down menu. So that's really what we're going to use the most of. If they want to present, they just have to hit the View Present button, and that's how they can show it up on their iPad, tablet, laptop, whatever they're using. And again, if they need to edit anything like undo, there's always an undo button. When there's the file, they can always save straight to here, or they can download it as another type of document. They can download it as a Microsoft PowerPoint if they want to save it straight to your desktop at home. They can download it as a PDF, an image, so there's lots of things they can do. For our purposes, it'll most likely just stay inside their drive. And then if they need to share it with me, all they need to do is hit the blue share button and start typing in mine, and I pop up. So once they hit me, all they have to do is press send, and it instantly sends to me. So if I need to show it up on the smartboard to present to the entire class, because it's a project that they're presenting, all they have to do is share it with me, hit send, and then I can pull it up on my smartboard. So for now, that's all that they really need to do with this. They can obviously play around with it more, but again, most of this we'll be doing in class. So again, how they find those is click the Google Apps, and again, that was Google Docs and Google Slides. When they go to their Google Drive, everything is saved inside of there. So if they're like, well, I don't remember if it was a Google Doc or a Google Slide, they can always go to their Google Drive, and it will take them to all of their assignments. So again, that was just a quick Google presentation, and we are working on these in the computer lab, so hopefully these skills do get refined in there as well. So that's just mostly for their projects, again, and Google Docs for typing final draft assignments.